I asked everyone in my broadcast channel what movie I should see because I'm back in San Francisco and I have my AMC A-list again, and everyone said I should watch Death of a Unicorn. So that's what I'm going to be doing. For movie theater snacks though, I am making myself a Thai iced tea. So I'm just dissolving the packet, just mixing it up so it's not clumpy. I'm gonna add ice and water and bringing it in the mason jar because am I a millennial? I don't know. Born in 1996, so zillennial. So I don't actually know much about this movie. I know it's Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, and Will Poulter. Also, by the way, Will Poulter is like actually just a really chill dude. We gotta talk to him at TIFF for a little bit.
He spilled the beans that you were the best dancer of the cast during your 2-week dancing.
There is no way that's true. I mean, I love him, but there's no chance that's true.
But I've heard that this movie can be described as like Cocaine Bear, but unicorns. So I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. It's rated R. I'll let you know if there's any specific trigger warnings later in the video and then my thoughts, but but it should be good. I think I should head to the theater. It is 1:17. Technically it starts in 8 minutes, but it's AMC, so there's going to be at least 15 to 20 minutes of trailers. But I haven't seen the trailers in a while, so maybe I'll get there on time. I don't know. I won't be there on time. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Also, hello, if you're new here, I'm Victoria, your Toronto pop culture girly. But for the next 2 months, I will be in San Francisco. So it'll just be pop culture, but I have my AMC A-list. I'm so excited for it to be back. And I think I'm gonna try to do more polls on my broadcast channel where you guys can pick what movie I see once a week because I think it's just fun. In any case, it is 1:36 and I made it to the theater. Here it is. I also forgot how San Francisco is so San Francisco. Forgot the smell. I did not miss that. But I already saw somebody yelling at a biker for biking on the sidewalk, which is kind of vibes, you know? I was kind of hoping to get a photo by the poster for Death of a Unicorn, but there's none. But there's one for King of Kings, and I didn't realize Oscar Isaac is Jesus. I mean, makes sense. Maybe I'll go see that one. I haven't had like a religious movie like that since I was in Catholic school, so. It's sad, but officially the Sonic 3 promo that was right here is gone. But Novocaine's been here for a while. In any case, let's go shoot the movies. Okay, so I just got back from seeing Death of a Unicorn and it was so good! Oh my god, I had no idea what to expect. I didn't really look at any trailers or anything going into it. All I knew, again, it was like Paul Rudd, Jenna Ortega, and Will Poulter. I didn't realize like Richard E. Grant was in it too, and there's a couple other actors that I was like, oh, I know you. But oh my god. Spoiler free. A24 really nails the absurdity of everything. The vibes were kind of giving Twilight meets Rumours meets Cocaine Bear, as people were saying before. It was better than probably all three of those movies, even though technically I haven't seen Cocaine Bear. I think even though like going into it like, oh, going to see movie Death of a Unicorn, like there's not really gonna be any lessons or anything. No, like there's very clear and explicit messaging of what the themes are and what's going on, and it was really, really fun. I also didn't expect them to say size queen and girthy in the movie. It doesn't surprise me, but it makes the Death of a Unicorn blood lamp from A24's merch site it makes a lot of sense because she's girthy, and I don't know why there's that extra little nub there. This is not safe for personal use. That being said, the content warnings and trigger warnings for this movie are plentiful because it is a rated R movie and it deserves that R rating. But it comes mostly in the form of unicorn horns stabbing people. There's a few jump scares, some guns, and some entrails being removed from the body, people getting like torn in half and all that stuff. I would also say there is drinking and drug use, you know, snorting, smoking, vaping, and probably most obviously like animal cruelty. So there is like the unicorn who gets his head bashed in and it's being experimented on and all that stuff. So it is quite a lot of triggers, but like don't be too scared. I don't really like scary movies, and whenever there was going to be a jump scare, you could tell. So I just kind of like averted my eyes a little bit. And even though I don't like gory things, it was like funny gory, not like scary gory. If you know, you know. Also, I forgot some other major content warnings, but there is talks of cancer and medical devices and needles, but most importantly, car accident? I'm dumb for not including that. That's one of the first things that happens is they literally hit the unicorn. And moving on into some spoilery kind of thoughts, I think they did a really good job. They made it really explicitly clear, because a lot of times in a lot of people's media literacy doesn't allow them to fully grasp the message behind the movie, but they made it very clear that people will do anything and kind of be very delulu within themselves to justify what they're doing is okay, when it's all really just capitalistic and selfish and all for personal gain at the cost of others and at the cost of the environment. And it was like kind of really cool, surreal, like how they did it. Obviously, like it was kind of like a fuck the rich movie, fuck big pharma kind of movie, but it was like also low-key kind of giving Snow White with like the purity of the heart, art history, and standing up for what you believe in, even though like the whole world and literally everyone else in the movie will kind of do stuff for selfish gain and let themselves be convinced of what they're doing is actually okay, even though they know inside it's not good. But overall, for the cinematography and the vibes, I said it was kind of giving Twilight before, and it does give that. Like the first Twilight movie was kind of very indie in the mountains. This was set in Canada somewhere in some fictional reserve, but overall I thought it was like shot really well. It kind of gave like the eerie, surreal but real vibes the entire time. I also really liked Paul Rudd's and Jenna Ortega's like father-daughter relationship, like after having the mother passed like a few years before and getting sucked up into kind of those last promises and like putting career over family, even though you're putting the career over the family for the sake of the family. When it gets to the point, like when is too much, where you're actually kind of losing sight on what's really important, and that's family and human connection. But overall, it was a fun, big, girthy time. If you want to tell me which movie I should watch next, join my broadcast channel on my Instagram. It should be linked there. I occasionally share it on my stories. That's where you'll get to vote on which movie I'll see next. This one was such a good pick. Thank you guys so much for it. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. It really, really helps the channel out. But bye!